Hello, Silver Community. It's Sterling Cannabis with you once again. And today I want to talk to you about something that we all have to deal with at some level, in some way. Um, I know what I do, and so I'm going to kind of more focus on what I do. And hopefully, maybe some of the things that I do might be helpful to you. Um, so, here we go. Uh, First of all, I live in a home that when the stuff hits the fan, I'm not running. I live in a very rural area. I've got a lake just down at the end of the block that I can go fishing in anytime. I've got deer in my yard every day. I've got gardens here. This is where I'm dug in at. You might not be. You might be living in a studio apartment in an inner city. So some of the things that I do might not apply to you, but some of them might. Take it to work for however it can work for you. But start out with, yes, even though I have space, I am still space conscious. And I'm also very cheap, out of necessity. But I have a good relationship with my credit union, and I can get paper rollers for free. So I use them. A roll of silver quarters. That's what? Almost 7¼ ounces of silver. A roll of dimes. Over 3½, 3.62. A roll of war nickels, about 2¼ almost. A roll of halves. Looks different than most rolls of halves, doesn't it? My ends barely close. I put $14 in them, whether they're 90 percenters or 40 percenters. With a 90 percenter, I've got 10 ounces in that roll. With 40 percenters, it's just a touch over 4 ounces. It makes it easier for me to calculate. Now, as I am collecting halves or dimes or quarters or war nickels, I keep them separate until I have enough for a roll. There's a roll of dimes or a roll of 40 percenters, a bag full of 90 percenters. I'm almost there on the quarters. This thing's got war nickels in it. It's almost ready to be put into a paper roller. Just a few dimes. Got a lot longer to go on those. And then when I first started stacking, I bought a whole bunch of tubes and capsules for $4. And I love my dollars, still do. And I've actually gotten to the point where I've used up all of my capsules. So as I accumulate more dollars, if they're really special, I'll replace the slickers and put those into this type of a tube that is $4. Just, that's the storage kind of stuff. But like here in this one, there's commemoratives on the top end of it. On the bottom end of it, it's peace dollars. This one's all Morgans. It 21 in each one of those, and it's full. It doesn't work out with the math so well. 26 of them would be 20 ounces. 13 of them is 10 ounces. But not so much with these. But with all of the paper stuff and these other and the bags, what I do is I put them into to make it so that I can move it around, get it out. If I want to do an inventory or whatever, I store them in ammo cans. Ammo cans store nicely in gun safes. Um, Although I am not of the mind to store all of my PMs in exactly one location, I will not store them off site where I'm paying somebody else to hold my precious metals for me. Because if I am, when the day comes that I'm going to need them, guess what? I'm not going to be able to get them because they're closed, out of business, whatever. I'm not going to trust somebody else with my wealth. Um, I keep my stuff at home. And for the people that are really, really limited on space, you know, you're the person in that studio apartment in an inner city. A few rolls of dimes, you can hide those anywhere. Somebody breaks into your apartment and they don't know that you have precious metals, they're going to go after your computer and your television first. But you need to keep some real wealth. That right there is a Mexican 10 pesos. On the reverse, you've got the prophecy, the eagle with the two snakes. That prophecy, when it was fulfilled, became the location for Mexico City. This gentleman, Hidalgo, if you don't know about Hidalgo's history, and you're from the U.S., he would be analogous to George Washington in the formation of this country, where George Washington was a brilliant military tactician and separated us from the royals. This man right here got a bunch of warlords, essentially, to come together and form a nation. And if you don't believe that Mexico is a great nation, you're fooled. They are a great nation. They're governed terribly. But I think with some of the things that are coming forward, not only is our government going to be corrected, but theirs will be too. But great heritage, great history, and they've got more gold and silver than anybody. They are going to be one of the richest nations on earth here fairly soon, I believe. But see this? That's just under a quarter ounce. 0.24 something. It's smaller than a quarter. You can hide that anywhere. Tape it under a drawer, in the pages of a book. A roll of these, 40 of these in a paper roller. It would actually be a little bit narrower than this, but that size would be 10 ounces of gold. How much wealth is that? How much do you have? You can hide it. You can protect it. I mean, what you do is going to have to be a lot to do with what makes you comfortable. And I think that's the most important thing, is that you do things to protect your precious metals that you're comfortable with. I know I have friends out there in the community that are collectors, that are horrified to think that I've got $14 worth of halves just sitting there rubbing up against each other. And then in these bags, even worse. But you know what? It's just silver to me. I don't care about what's stamped on them. Well, I do to a point. I don't want the queen on them because uh, the royals are kind of the foundation of the evil in this world. I can't support them in any way, shape, or form. But I love you guys. Um, Tell me down below. Was there anything in here that was valuable to you? Um, what do you do to store your PMs? Do you protect every individual piece the best way you possibly can? Or is just having silver what your goal is? Get some. Peace out. Love you guys.